Anthony, I have a question. So I have a full-on harrow reading for you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I harnessed the power of ChatGPT, which worked remarkably well. Like I fed
That's
it the
awesome.
entire rules of the harrow. I fed it all the cards that are available with a short description of what these cards symbolize. I fed it the backstory of Rin and the backstory of Lucca and gave it some pointers what I want the reading to be about. And it came back with a reading.
Amazing.
So I mean, since this is something that happened between Lucca and Ren, Anthony, I'll let you decide if you want to take a look at it first before sharing it with the group, or however you want to play it.
Oh, I'm torn on that.
Why don't I send it to you here? I'll
Yeah,
send it to
yeah.
you, and then you can decide because you don't really know what
You can
you're.
you can send it to me, and then maybe Luca might reveal
Yeah,
all or part of it at some point.
yeah. So I sent you a DM on Discord that has
Okay.
the reading attached.
Oh, okay. That is very strangely formatted. I think I can download it though, or I can
Oh,
expand it. Okay, there we go. That's
yeah.
better. Oh, it's still weirdly formatted.
Yeah, it's Markdown.
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to, read through it all right now, but I'll review it, and then maybe Luca will have some thoughts to share at some point.
Gotcha. So I guess what we can say is in the morning, when the group reconvenes to get ready for another delve into the vaults, maybe Luca just seems a little bit, preoccupied mentally, but just for now, just brushes it off. And maybe we'll learn eventually what is on his mind, what is rattling in that skull. All right, I believe we've taken care of all the business in town last time, and we should be ready to head back out. Is that about right? Or does anyone have anything?
Are we stocked up on the... Oh, what was that brew that he has? The goblin something?
The Goblin Stout Ale, I believe, is what it's called.
Soma still has at least 2 bottles of it. So anyone else has more? Because if that guy is still waiting there for us, we're gonna need more.
Ottardo isn't carrying any because usually both his hands are full.
I think we put between Augrael and Soma now.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
I have 2.
This must be the ones that we bought in. Okay. So
Yeah.
we charged.
Okay. And I believe Birke was sent to the Dawnflower Library to do some research. And I guess that's just gonna take her more than just a couple of hours yesterday. She's just gonna spend more time in there. And of course, the rest of you is probably getting antsy and wants to head back. Yeah, let's see. Okay, all right. So, despite the fact that it's still raining today and it's still as much of a downpour as it was yesterday, and the trail through the fog fen is so muddy it almost like sucks the boots off your feet, and it's slow going, but by the late morning you find yourself back at Gauntlight Keep, and you descend deeper into the vaults. Where do you want to go, though? Which level do we want to go to?
Back to the evil worm person, I assume?
But the evil worm person retreated into the room with the spooky swirly hands and eyes that
Yes,
we
The
ran away
torture
from
blob, yeah.
before.
but I suggest
Well,
that I suggest that we check
either
out his laboratory where we first encountered him. Because unless he decides to spend time in company of that many-eyed, many-handed monstrosity, he probably will try to recuperate his lair. We can ambush him there.
exactly. Either he's out there to face us, or we can go and learn about who
Oh,
he
you
is.
mean on the upper level where we first encountered him? Yes, wise.
All right. So does that mean you want to go to the basically to that dining hall
Yeah.
with all the remains of the dinner party guests?
I think
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me make that happen.
while we're preparing, someone will tactically carry a wand of magic missile in one hand and a flute in another.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, I see it works.
All right. I'm going to activate the map for us, so it should take you all there. And then I will center it for you. Here we are. And just as a reminder, this dining room, it is still brightly illuminated. I'm not sure. I don't think you took the light sources out of this room, so the chandeliers are still illuminating the long banquet table that's surrounded by these luxurious high-backed chairs.
So if anybody would like to, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Didn't mean to
and
interrupt.
nobody disturbed the grand meal that's set out on the table, but most of these skeletons are still around in their tattered finery, some of them clutching their own necks. And you might be a little extra wary of them since your experience last time was that some of them sprung to life animating in front of your eyes, but nothing of the sort is happening now. And yeah, Ottardo is already moving towards the southern door and getting ready. Okay.
If anyone wishes to snag an ever-burning torch, this may be the time to do so.
The game is still paused for
No,
me.
nobody. I'll take them then. I'll take them all.
All right. That'll be 2 ever-burning torches that you can pry from the chandeliers. I'm not sure if I can just drop that in the chat, or I probably need to.
I already had one in my inventory, so I just increased it to 3.
Excellent. Okay, great. All right.
Tosses them in his bag.
Are we ready?
Could always sell them. Oh yes. Ready. Right.
Yep, not yet. The game is paused for me. I'll refresh it.
Should be paused.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah, not for me.
Actually, is there? Hang on. Before we start. Is there no other light source besides the one that Luke is holding right now, and Ottardo's shield?
Birke had it.
Okay, can I put one of those leave one of those torches there for now, just so that Lucca doesn't have to hold on to a torch while we're fighting?
Sure.
In
Put it
that
back.
case, yes, because one light was from Souma casting light on Birke's halberd, and another light from the wayfinder that we gave to Ottardo. Souma will cast light on her.
Oh, okay. That's fine. So before anything else, Lucca will draw a Oh, first of all, if he will hand off an oil of unlife to to Augrael in case
thank
he
you.
or anybody else needs to do some emergency healing on Augrael, not on themselves, at least for the living folk. And he will also draw his wand of let's do magic missile. We'll keep that in hand. So yeah, you can add 1 minor oil of unlife for Augrael.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I can just like drag it onto him.
I'm trying to find.
And I think I'm ready now.
Okay.
Okay, well, Ottardo will reach for the door.
And you do so, and you find the worm swarm leech figure at his desk. And as you open the door, he like half turns around, looking over your shoulder, and he growls in common, and he says, "Have you not learned your lesson?" And then he stands up in entirely, and once again, like he's just this crawling mess of worms that make up his body, and he says, "You really are sorry. There is no way for you out of this. You will spend the rest of your lives in agony in the lower levels." And we'll try a intimidate for initiative for him. And you can roll your regular initiatives.
Guys, is the door open for you?
It should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm encountering some lagging because the door is closed. And I can't open it. But dice are rolling, right? Normally.
Mm-hmm.
Dice are rolling, yeah. So everything seems as normal for me. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, it didn't actually take the initiative. Let's see. I think I have to roll it first and then I can correct it. Yep, there we go. All right, so he actually gets to act first. And he starts off with a paralyze. Targeted Ottardo, trying to create a block in the door so that he can focus on him.
Oof.
Ooh.
0 point.
Oh wow!
Right off
away.
the bat.
Coming out strong. Okay. Oh,
Hey!
There you go.
So you're completely unaffected. Well spent. And yes, but he is of course frustrated by that. Does he have a yes? And then he follows up with a shield to give himself the shield effect. All right, and then it's Augrael.
All right, Augrael is going to grab out his alchemist fire. Let's pick that up, and then he's going to stride. Oops, can he stand here, or is that space blocked?
That's still fine. Next
Okay.
one would be
He'll
blocked.
stand there, and then he's going to try and throw it at this thing.
Okay. Oh, it's a critical miss, so it goes wide.
I'm going to re-roll that with a hair point.
All right. I mean, use him or lose him. All right, that's just a miss, which is still an improvement because then
Yeah.
he gets a little bit of damage. So can you roll that damage? Because I think
Yep.
yes. So the splash damage is separate, so I can use this. because even though he only gets like a little bit of that flaming stout on him, you can see how it just kind of like
Yeah.
spreads quickly over those leeches that make up his body and causing way more damage than you would have thought. Third action? Or is taking it out?
Because I took it out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Soma.
Okay. Time to start the action music, so fire courage. Try to make it. Oh, yes. I think that does it.
Yes, it does. Nice.
Everyone will be inspired for 3 rounds. And I will put off for 3 rounds. Okay, and for the second turn, Souma will cast telekinetic projectile on the string. Bludgeoning.
You want to hero point it?
No, I will refrain from this for now.
All right, so you shoot the marble. I would assume you're still using your marbles. All right, and it just slams against the wall, or maybe gets lost among the scattered folks.
It shatters
on the table.
Shatters on the wall, and that's him like spraying the glass shards over his papers.
Yeah. Lucca.
Just as a side note, I don't know if other people knew this, but I just realized you can edit the effect, the Inspire Courage effect, and you can change the duration to 3 rounds right on there. So
I just did that, yes.
yeah,
Awesome.
I didn't know that was a thing. Lucca can't see anything, so he's gonna step into position. See the bane of his existence currently. And we're gonna start off with some fire, realizing that fire is good on this guy.
Fire is the cleanser.
No more mucking around with summoned creatures only to be dragged down by them. Let's just get straight to it. Besides, with no Birke, we just need lots and lots of damage. And he's gonna go all in and cast a 3rd level flaming sphere on this guy.
All right. Okay, he's gonna try the reflex. Succeeds.
Can we hero point that?
Yeah, can we make him fail? That's okay. I'm just gonna keep it on there and hope that he critically fails at some point. Okay. There we go. And that's my turn. He says,
right.
"We have not yet learned our lesson, but I think today you will learn yours."
Ottardo.
Ottardo will follow up on Lucca's threat, saying that last time you were the one who had to limp away to safety. And that should mean that he manages to enter the stance, so that was 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. You ran away from us.
Second action, he will raise his shield again. And for his final action, Ottardo will stride up.
Almost right in front of him. Okay.
Did he just get the marshals?
No, I think it's a sphere got it.
Oh, it's the negative. It's okay.
The sphere. All right. So he said he. I mean, again, he doesn't have a face, so it's hard to read his expression. But you can sense that he's upset by your insinuation there. He was like fleeing, and he said, "But this is my mistress's home. You have no place here. You're nothing but playthings to her. You're just you're just bound to become experiments. You will fuel her machine. You will charge the battlefield in her name once we're done with you." And then he steps away from that flaming sphere. Steps over here. There's enough room. All right, and then he is going to do something gross. Because that's kind of his thing. So you can see like ripples go through his entire body, and then he bends backwards, and then throws himself. Almost, it looks like he's throwing himself at you, and you can see like many hundreds, maybe thousands of the leeches that make up his body, kind of like detach and fly towards you, as he casts Vomit Swarm. 30-foot cone is very comfortably gonna get all of you. And can I just get rid of that? All right, so Augrael saved.
Damn. Right through the door.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Ottardo and Souma crit succeeds. Okay,
Just-
so
Do
Yep.
we get any kind of cover through the doorway on that, or not?
I mean, he can choose where to have that effect, which corner the effect originates from. So it's essentially a straight line if he chooses
Okay.
his top right corner.
Let's see.
So let's roll that damage. Oh, we still need Lucca save.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Oh no.
You know, I may just choose to hero point that.
All right.
Well, it's only a little better.
Well, but it makes a difference since it's a basic save. Okay. So Augrael, you take half of this, unless you have something that lowers it even further. Ottardo, you take full. Souma, you take nothing, and Lucca, you also take just full, not double.
So
All right, and those-
screeches and... Yeah,
Hold,
sorry.
hold on, please.
What's that?
Ottardo would like to react to this.
Oh, okay.
So he is going to use his reaction, granting Augrael resistance 7 to the damage.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And
Oh,
he will step up and take a swipe at,
Very cool.
at the creature, at the man.
all
Oh, wait,
right.
I have to target it.
22 is not a hit.
Okay.
All right. So,
Thank
fortunately, the leeches, they as they hit you, they all just kind of like bury into your flesh or your bones, and it hurts, but they quickly dissolve into nothing. And you can also see that his body hasn't really changed. It's just some sort of magical effect that made these instantaneously appear and then disappear again. Augrael.
All right. I mean, Agro can't really hurt this thing with his rapier. He's just gonna use his other lesser alchemist fire because that's his only real way of doing any damage to this thing. So let's attack it. There's yeah, moving up wouldn't help the attack bonus or anything like that, right? So I will just roll it.
But this time you're inspired with courage, so maybe you...
Oof, another crit. Yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have a. I can't really do damage to this guy because he's I can't get him flanking, and so Augrael's just gonna put up a shield for his other action. I don't. You know what? He'll try and intimidate him. He'll be like, We could do this all day. I don't think you have that long. And try and intimidate, because that's about all else he can do. Oh, I need to add that to my sheet. Sorry, hold on 1 second.
That is your final action, though?
Yeah, it's not called intimidate. What's the action called?
Demoralize.
That's right. Oh, come on.
Whoa.
All right.
What's happening?
What happened? Did it roll something?
There's a very dramatic effect on my screen. It looked like Souma was screaming at the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if it's because I was dropping it onto my
Oh.
the intimidation thing.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're
no
trying to be
problem.
intimidating, but he hardly pays you any attention. He clearly seems to understand that you have little to oppose
Yep.
him. Soma.
Oh, I mean, I actually. No, never mind. I mean, Soma, as part of her saves, she's loudly screeches and jumps on the table, thus evading the vomited swarm. After which her features harden in disgust and contempt, and she actually will point her wand of magic missile and unload it with all reactions.
Nice.
Where's my
Okay. And
wand?
Yep.
Use wand of magic.
applying the same rule of picking a corner that gives you enough of a straight line.
Yeah, I mean, I see almost entire tokens.
Mm-hmm.
I think Inspire Courage does not apply to magic missile.
No. But you need to roll the damage. There you go. All right. He takes damage. Damage. and-
It does say damage rolls.
No. In which case he gets 3 more. I turn it off when.
Yeah, it's all attack rolls, right? Because it also applies to my spells, so I don't see why it wouldn't apply to Magic Missile.
That's true, but it's the automation didn't take it into account, which makes me think that.
I turned it off manually. It was accounting.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. So that's 3 more points on top of that. So I'll just use your roll of 3 here. There we go. Okay. Shung, 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 shung. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Lucca is going to Augrael already has a magic weapon, doesn't he? He is poor bastard. It just doesn't deal enough to like get through him, I guess.
Yeah, because I can't get my sneak attack or.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then Lucca will just use one action to sustain the flaming sphere and roll it on over at him again. He gets another dex save. Yes.
Ooh, I'll use a hero point on that.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! And so that is going to be oh, please be a good roll. Why acid? It's fire damage.
Oh, because I clicked on the wrong thing. I accidentally used Vomit Swarm.
Oh no! I'm doing a damage roll, but oh no, this is for additional damage, which it doesn't get. But it should have Inspired Courage applies, and it has the +3 built in. So here we go. So it's 28. Man, that's a very average roll.
Yeah.
Is that yeah? Sorry, and I forgot the second condition last time. I believe that Lucca and Ottardo, you failed your saves, right?
I didn't critically fail, so I'm not sickened.
I think it's just fail.
Yeah, the second happens on a fail.
A creature. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought I missed that. Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, so and then I'll take double of this here. All right, yeah. So yeah, he gets just caught off guard by that sphere and gets burned badly. This should be fire damage.
It is.
Oh, right, but he's not actually resist. Or it's splash damage that he's weak to, not fire.
That's okay.
Very
Sure.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess that makes sense because it's like a damage that affects a whole area.
yeah.
Okay, that's a little weird, but I get it.
I kind of get it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so he
It's
takes
like a
28
swarm, right?
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a swarm.
exactly. Yeah.
Even though this technically
This-
affects all creatures in the 5-foot cube, but whatever, it's
Yeah,
I get it.
technically not splash damage or area
Right,
damage.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. So that was one action. I am sickened, so I guess I will try to intimidate him. Because I want to get rid of this sickened condition. So I will try to demoralize and say, "Yes, burn now, burn! Be cleansed from this place! Every last one of your minuscule, crawling, writhing forms shall be incinerated." And where is my intimidate? There we go. Oh, I actually have a demoralize action, don't I? Demoralize. Where is it? Sorry, I had to add it to my sheet. There we go. Oh, but okay. Still gotta roll it anyway. 30!
Oh, wow. Against his will DC. So that's a regular success. All right.
So he's frightened 1.
Right.
And then as soon as Lucca finishes saying this, every last one of your disgusting writhing forms will be incinerated. As he eats the wretch. What is that again?
You can roll. You can spend a single action retching, and let's immediately attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sickened.
Okay. Make a fortitude save. Type? What do you mean type? It's a... No, there's no modifier. Just roll it, please. Roll it. There we go. 23?
Nope, just almost, but one short.
Does the sickened condition apply to my fortitude save?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Okay. All right. Then I'm done.
Okay, Ottardo.
Ottardo will start by raising his shield, and he will follow up by swinging at the creature. Ah, missing.
And might I say, because of the sickened condition, you missed.
Yeah. I think he'll attempt to retch too for his last action.
Okay. It's
And
one
that's
of my favorite rules is the ability to retch to get rid of the All right. Yeah, so you retch, but I would say that probably Ottardo is just trying to keep his composure. That's also probably why you attacked first instead of retching first. And you're trying to hold it down, which is exactly the wrong thing. You just gotta let go. All right, then it's his turn. Okay, first thing that happens is he heals a little bit. You see various leeches kind of pop out from that roiling mass, and he seems to heal. And then I'll have him. With. Yeah, I think that's good. So he steps into Ottardo's square, giving you a squirming embrace. So I will need a reflex save from you. So yeah, essentially all of these leeches kind of just start swarming over you. You don't really know where he ends, and you begin, and you can just feel their little mouths just sink their teeth. Do leeches have teeth? But whatever, their mandibles into you. And it sure is sickening. But also you take 21 points of damage because of this.
me think quickly here. Okay, he'll take the damage.
And then as his third action, he's going to cast Shield on himself while still engulfing essentially Ottardo in this way. So let me cast that and put the effect on him. All right, and then I believe his frightened will go down, and Augrael's turn.
All right. I guess Augrael's gonna step up and at least try and hit him with the. See if he can do anything. I don't think he
Mhm.
can, but we'll try.
Well, you hit
Okay.
because of Inspire Courage,
Yeah, I just don't.
but 6 points of damage is not enough to really make any difference here.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna shield. I mean, he'll try and attack one more time because he hasn't been able to do much else. Try it. Okay, and then he'll shield.
You might.
I
you
hate
might
these
score a crit.
maggots. I can't do anything.
Ugh.
You could consider maybe aiding on your next turn.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Souma.
Oops.
Sorry, I was reminiscing on it a little bit, but this time Soma will dart forward.
Oh. Okay. Whew.
And with another action, she will reduce an alchemist prayer, saying, hold out, Mr. Ottardo.
I'm good. Don't worry, I'll burn them off of you.
Don't worry, I may miss him, but I will not miss you. And
That's enough.
he made a fatal mistake. Yeah, and I will actually cast shield on myself as well now.
You might feel a slight burning sensation. Okay. Lucca.
So he's engulfed right now.
Essentially, I mean, they're sharing the same space. There's no condition or anything.
Do I? So there's nothing that prevents him from just leaving that square, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like that. No.
That
Okay.
may be Ottardo with it.
Okay. Well, in that case, Lucca is going to yell out, "Ottardo, get out of there!" And he's going to delay until after Ottardo.
Okay, and then it's Ottardo's turn.
And indeed, Ottardo is going to take one step to the side.
Not that way.
What?
Don't worry about it. Do your thing.
So he's going to move aside, raise his shield, and strike.
Ooh, good
Nice.
hit. 17 points of damage, but yeah, once again, they're so what's the word? Elastic almost. Like it feels like you're just hitting rubber. A lot of your momentum is just kind of dissipates, but you do some damage. But I forgot to give him some hit points back, I believe. Well, I'm not sure, so I won't. Okay, then
I
Lucca.
think you did. I think you did for just last turn.
Okay, good. Lucca.
Yeah, Lucca is like, "No, Ottardo, clear a line, clear a line." And he is nevertheless going to continue to shift the flaming sphere over in the hopes of another critical failure.
Well, let's take a look. Sphere. There it is.
Burn! Burn!
What the heck?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just keep forcing those rolls. Eventually they're
We
gonna go
needed
my
that
way.
one.
Where the hell is my spell? Okay. Here's the damage. 23. That's what we wanted. That's not the crit damage. That's just the
not
roll.
the crit damage. Oh
That
my
is just
god.
the roll.
amazing.
5, 5, 6, and 3.
Wow. Okay. He takes double of that, and
Oh.
then something happens. So he basically, like, the sphere starts rolling over him, and it just burns all those leeches, and the leeches start like exploding in all directions. It completely loses his vaguely humanoid shape, and they just kind of like it discorporate and start like inching away in all directions at once. All right. That's awesome. Okay. That I believe you still have an action, right?
So the leeches are like. Do I essentially think he's getting away? Because we know that even if one survives, like.
Yes. So it's they don't. The way I described it might make it sound like they're already spread out in the neighboring squares. That's not the case. They're still in that space right now, but you can see that they're all like starting to move, trying to get away.
Okay. It's like finish them all. And I don't even know how this works. Like, can I target him anymore, or is there like no him left to target with the spell?
Well, basically, you would need some sort of area or splash effect, because it's too many of them. It's not like you target individual ones. You
Okay.
want to have an area or splash effect.
Okay. In that case, Lucca like frowns, but he's not gonna do this without hurting someone. An area of effect. Area. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I can't sustain the sphere again because the sphere does technically target all creatures in the 5-foot area, but I can't. I can only do that once a round, so it's gonna have to be one of my other area spells. Actually, would a 15-foot cone? Where I'm standing, would a 15-foot cone affect anyone except him? I don't know if the walls are blocking enough.
A 15-foot cone of what?
Of the bone spray. Oh wait, well.
Oh, it wouldn't
5,
reach.
10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And if you step forward, then it would definitely spread.
Well, then I
into
wouldn't be able to cast it if I did that because I only have 2 actions
yeah.
left. That's okay. I've got something. And he's like, yeah. He shakes his head. He's like, Ottardo, I said to move. Wrong way, you fool! As he points the staff of necromancy. And he's going to cast a spell from the staff.
All right.
Which I think this is the first time he's cast this spell.
All right.
Oh, I can't just click it by cast. I can't just cast it by clicking on it.
Maybe you have to equip the staff or something.
It is. It's in my hand.
And the spells don't get added to your spells tab.
It's not automatically added to my spell tab. I don't think so. No, I'd have to add it. I have to actually add it to my spell sheet. I'm casting Grim Tendrils. Is the point?
Okay. Okay. Grim Tendrils,
which is a line spell. Can I make this go to chat at least instead of just popping it up? No. That's annoying.
So tendrils of darkness go out from your fingertips and race through the air. You deal 2d4 negative damage and 1 bleed damage to living creatures in the line. Each living creature in the line must attempt a fortitude save. But once again, it's not area or splash damage.
Well, it is. It's a line.
I think it needs to have the area or splash tag. I don't think a line is.
Is there an area tag?
Is there not?
Mhm.
Well,
there
let's
is,
check.
isn't there?
Let's check the classic. Let's check
I
Fireball.
thought a line was considered an area spell.
Yeah, Fireball doesn't have. It has only evocation fire.
Okay, so if it's in this,
And the the description of line is under the area tab of the playing
Oh,
the
that's
game
true.
thing.
It is.
okay,
line
well, yeah, okay, that's fine. I just thought that there would be an area tag because that would make sense,
Yeah.
but that's totally fine then.
That's it. There is a question. It's negative damage.
Well, he's an aberration, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. The leeches aren't undead, so
Okay.
that definitely works. Okay, so what you can do, I'm just gonna forego the reflex save because they're leeches, but you're gonna have to roll this flat check and see if you catch them all.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, apparently not.
Oof.
You don't get them all, but you do get a lot of them. So if somebody is now going to follow up, it's going to get easier and easier. You know, you're basically
Interesting.
chipping away from all of them.
Okay. And Ottardo, unfortunately, you need to make a you need to make a
The reflex
save
save?
is
No,
it?
what is it? Yeah, the grim tendrils.
Fortitude.
Why doesn't it say in the spell?
Fortitude
Fortitude.
save,
Yeah, fortitude. I'm
I think
DC
that's a
20.
fail.
That's a fail. That's not a critical fail. So you just take 2d4 negative damage and 1 bleed damage. I'll roll it, I guess. So 5 points of negative and 1 bleed.
And I can put the bleed on you. That spell here. There you go. All right, Augrael,
Wish I still had my
Goblin
my
Stout.
alchemist fire. Question: can I use the oil of unlife as a makeshift alchemist fire by splashing it all over that
Ooh.
area?
Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. The thin you dash oil on an ungraded oil absorbs into the body, regains listed number you can pour on an incorporeal, but it doesn't do damage.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
it's not a damage.
Oh,
thing.
okay, got it. Okay,
It's not like it hurts living creatures.
yeah, he can't really do splash damage. I mean, he could use like his actions to just stomp on as many as he can, but it's not an area effect, so I don't.
You know what? I'll say this. If you spend 2 actions to aid, I'm gonna say you're aiding the next flat check if somebody does area damage.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
So you are starting to like stomp on them, but obviously like doing this bit by bit individually is not gonna take care of it by itself. But you might be able to help someone who's using.
Yeah,
area.
maybe what he does is he like starts kicking them into a pile, like he starts kicking them all back, shoving them into one concentrated area.
Yeah. I like that. And Soma, you already got some alchemist fire in your hand, I believe.
Yes, and with an exasperated shout of like, Pharasma will know who is who. She will like toss it right in the center of this. So I believe I'm still targeting him. So alchemist fire. Break. And I
Oh
think
my god.
I think this one I will hero point.
Well, you don't need to because this was assuming the armor class as the reference. But
you're just targeting a
you're only
square.
targeting a square, so that's DC 5. So that's definitely a hit. All right, so you can give me a flat check here, and don't worry about when you see the result because that might not actually be true.
Oof.
So that's still not good though. So yeah, it's a regular failure. Even with the help from Augrael and the fact that Lucca already got some of them, there's just so many of them. You can't get them all. You have 2 more actions, I believe.
Yes. It requires the area attack, right? To destroy them. Huh?
Correct.
Yeah.
Area or splash.
I'll just use another alchemist fire. So another action to draw it, and action is to with a penalty.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a regular miss, which means that it still would cause splash damage on that square, which
Oh,
means
yeah,
it's
that's
still
right.
it's still enough to make a difference. So here's the. Oops, that was me rolling it. I
It's
was
okay.
just gonna
Oh.
prompt you, so you should be able to still. Why is it rolling it? That's weird.
I'll just roll it from the previous one.
Did I just delete it?
I think you did.
Yeah.
14.
But I thought it was 13, which is enough. So finally, you like pour out or like toss it over there, and you get the last remaining ones, and then maybe 2 or 3 are like starting to slowly wriggle away, but then Augrael like stomps down on them, and you're done.
Ottardo is going to go into a corner and start. Yeah.
Yeah. Understandable.
Lucca's also like his jaws hanging open below his mask, and he's like, I don't even have a stomach, and yet ridiculous.
Yeah, so you retch for a while, and after a couple of rounds, you'll eventually be able to overcome your penalty, the fortitude save, so you can take those off your conditions. Yes. Oh, right, but we do have the bleeding condition on Ottardo, which
So I
we
can
should.
pop up to that. 'Bleeding.
5 plus the creature's recovery roll DC, which is 15 plus dying, so it would have been at least. Oh no, that's not true. The DC of the effect that caused the bleed.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, stop bleeding is DC is usually the DC of the effect that caused the bleed, which
Oh, okay.
which was Lucca's
Lucca's.
spell.
It's
So I
DC
think
20.
Oh, it was DC 20. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was DC 21 actually. I thought bleed effects were always a flat check. I forgot it was like.
Yeah, but with the first aid, it's a
Oh,
different.
first aid. I see. Okay, yeah, got it.
So, come on, why is it not showing that? Ah,
Can we just waive it? Because if it's the DC 15 flat check at the end of every round and it's only 1 point of bleed and Ottardo has 35 hit points, I think in 35 rounds
Yeah.
he will probably
oh, and you're assuming that you'll heal up anyway
uh,
Yeah, you can just keep laying
continuing.
on hands yourself.
well he can do it once per 10 minutes.
Right. Well, we can rest if we need to.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll take it off. Okay. All right. Let me give you the description of the room, which we haven't really talked about yet. So, and maybe this is the first time you're really taking it all in because there's not the distraction of the man-shaped mass of wriggling leeches. So the room itself it's kind of big for an office space. The walls are hung with grisly paintings, and they're depicting various spectral beings cavorting among ruined neighborhoods, overgrown swamps, and foggy graveyards. There's a total of 3 large overstuffed chairs, and there's a couple of small end tables, empty wine glasses on them. To the south, where the creature had been sitting, there's its cluttered writing desk with its own chair. There's also a large iron tub to the west that you can see between standing screens depicting shadowy marshes. Marshes, not marches.
Yeah, while they're throwing up and healing themselves, Augrael's gonna take a look around the room.
All right.
Just inspecting everything.
Then give me some rolls. Hold on. Why don't you roll this one here?
Not rolling well today.
You're looking around the room, and these like paintings on the walls are quite interesting, slightly unsettling though. You're familiar at this point with the general motif of ghosts or spirits and swamps, but you don't know why this is particularly unsettling to you. Yeah, and maybe that just kind of captures your attention so much that you don't really find anything else of interest.
Um, do we see
Well-
anything on the desk? Any?
Yeah, I guess we might as well check the desk. See what he was working on. I mean, if he had
Sure.
something to paperwork, so maybe he had some records.
Yeah. So the desk is cluttered with papers and what looks like, notepads essentially, like handwritten notes scribbled on various pieces of paper or parchment. Um, what is definitely seems useful to you is a detailed blueprint of the top 3 levels of the vaults. And you notice like little scribbled markings that even indicate secret doors.
Ooh.
There are also a number of what looks like magical scrolls. And there is an interesting looking lantern that sits on the desk.
Let me see that. Let me see all that.
There's this lantern.
So yeah, let's see. So which one do you want to start with, Anthony?
Yeah. I imagine Lucca is like, "Are you okay, Ottardo? I had no intention to harm you, but you wouldn't get out of the way. Oh, what's that?" He's gonna go over and he's gonna look at the I guess the lantern first.
Okay. Um,
Oh, a crafting check? Oh no.
interesting.
Maybe you'll leave that one for Ottardo. Well, I'll make the roll regardless, but
Yeah,
not
but I don't
training
think
crafting.
that's actually correct.
Well, it is an item that might make sense.
Okay.
If it's magical, usually it's one of the magical skills.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
Okay, well let me rephrase. Lucca will do a read aura on each of the items and see if they're magical.
Okay. So the scrolls are magic, and the lantern itself is also magic.
Okay, so then he'll start with the lantern and see what he can do.
Okay. And it doesn't have to be a crafting check. You can roll an arcana check or an occultism. It doesn't matter. Either one
Okay,
is.
let's do. Would aberrations, devils, or spirits be any more appropriate than arcana?
Aberration, devils, or spirits. Spirits.
I mean, I could roll both because I know you typically just say roll it all. But...
Yeah, I would say roll it all.
All right, here's the arcana, and here is the spirits.
Okay. And the DC is based on the item's level, and I think I know the DC is. Yes. Okay. fascinating. So, I guess it's kind of hard for you to put a name onto this because you don't really know much about its background in this sense. But you have an intuitive understanding of what this item would do. Because you sense first of all, you figure out that you can activate it, and then there's pale blue light that would shine from it. Maybe that's what you do as you like inspect it, and it comes on with this pale blue light. And you're like, oh, surprised by that at first, but you immediately realize what this is because the light itself seems to be not from this plane of existence. Maybe it's from another dimension, or maybe it's something spiritual. But it's definitely something otherworldly. And you could certainly just use this like a regular bullseye lantern. However, its true power is when you fully activate it and you make yourself aware of how to activate it. And if you were to point it at a creature within 60 feet, you could impose an effect on it. And the effect would be that if the creature fails its will save, it becomes fascinated by the light. And it can remain fascinated as long as you sustain the activation. However, you also, given the spiritual lore, you immediately wonder, like, well, what would happen if you were to direct this otherworldly ghostly light at an incorporeal undead creature like a ghost? And you're quite sure that instead of just keeping it fascinated, it would probably siphon away that creature's essence, dealing positive damage to the creature, or vitality damage.
Well, congratulations, Lucca. You're a Ghostbuster now.
Lucca looks at this and he like, of course you guys can't see his face, but he's kind of dickering around with this thing, and he gets it to cast this spectral light. So the fascinating effect applies to all creatures, right? Not just undead somehow. Yeah. Okay, but the positive damage only applies to incorporeal undead, right?
The fascination only applies to living creatures.
Oh, living. Okay.
And the positive damage only applies to incorporeal and undead creatures.
Oh, okay, so it would affect like Augrael and me as well.
No, it has to be an incorporeal undead creature.
Oh,
it
okay,
has to be
got it. Yeah. This is like Lucca's like looking at this a little bit in silence. You see the bluish ghostly light shine out of it, and then he flips it shut, and he turns his face towards the others from behind his mask. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have found what we are looking for." And he will give a rough explanation of what this thing does. It is a powerful weapon against ghosts and spirits. It will siphon away their unlife, infusing them with positive energy. What's better, it shall have no effect upon those of us who are not so inconvenienced as to have lost our bodies. So, for example, I could do this, and he points it at Augrael. It's like, and actually it has no effect on him whatsoever because he's not living, nor is he incorporeal undead. So, I could do this, and he points it at Souma.
Immediately like,
Oh, don't worry, it's just a pretty light for you.
Oh, wait, pretty light.
Wait, are there only a certain number of activations of this per day?
Yes. So it's once per day for each one of those.
Oh, well, this will be very useful tomorrow. He ponders. He's like, looks down at his staff of necromancy in one hand and his wand of magic missile in the other, and he's like, this does present a bit of a problem, though. Unless there's another of you who would wish to carry it.
Hmm.
I can carry it if you don't want to.
Yes, 'twould give you a light source, and also a powerful weapon against ghosts. I mean, I do want it. Don't get me wrong. This is pretty much everything that I've ever wished for, but didn't
And
realize
as he's
I wanted.
talking, Augrael just takes it out of his hand.
Okay. Yes. Now the scrolls. I forget. Does identifying take? It takes 10 minutes, right? So like this
I
is
believe
this is
so.
requiring us to sit here for a while.
Yeah, I would believe so.
Okay. So yeah. So I guess all that identification took 10 minutes, and then if everyone will allow him, he will continue to try to identify the scrolls for the next 30 minutes.
Ottardo's happy. That'll give him time to heal up.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that stuff like scrolls and potion actually are identified quicker.
Identifying magic.
mm,
Let's see. Oh, that's a server error. That's not good.
yeah, I went there too. I think that's because of the legacy rules.
While we're identifying, I also refocus my focus point from
If you
prolongation.
find a scroll, you can try to figure out what its spell it contains. If the spell is a common spell from your spell list or a spell you know, you can spend a single recall knowledge action and automatically succeed at identifying the scroll spell. If it's not, you must use identify magic. Okay, so let's see. Maybe you even know them immediately.
So I have currently the divine and the occult traditions, I suppose. So
You've got divine and occult. So uh, and if the spell is a common spell from your spell list or a spell you know. Okay, so common, common. Ooh, common? Really? Okay. Well, you all know all three of them. 1 and 2 and 3.
shit. And if I can identify them that quickly, it probably means I can cast them all because they're all on my spell list, right?
Yes.
Okay. But Suma's also occult. So oh good, these are all occult. Oh great, so we can share them. Yeah,
Ooh,
Lucca
nice.
will read out the titles of each of them.
Yeah, comprehend language and paralyze, you probably know, but then Worm's Repast is what he did when these wounds appeared on your bodies, and then the little worms started eating through Augrael's flesh.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a wizard right now.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it! It's evil.
You're not a wizard, Lucca.
No, I'm not. Yeah, what's in the bathtub? Yeah, Suma, do you want to hold on to any of these?
Well, I
Soma?
can grab comprehend languages and paralyze, but Soma absolutely will not touch the worm's repast. It's disgusting.
What? What's wrong with it? It doesn't have the evil trait.
It has the worm's trait.
Okay, Lucca will take the worm's repast then. Just in case we ever need to use the tools of our enemies against us.
Hmm.
And yeah, so Augrael has the lantern, so I don't know if you want to grab that from the loot actor.
Is it? Oh, there, perfect. I didn't see it the first time. I'll grab it.
And then that just leaves these blueprints. I mean, Lucca can hold on to them for now if you want. It's not like he's just hanging on to them. Can refer to these if we need to find any secret entrances as such.
We might like double check with those floors to see what we missed.
Oh yes,
So,
fine
so
idea.
it's the top 3 floors, and we are on the 4th currently.
Yep. Correct.
Okay.
So everything above this. That's really convenient that we now have a method to determine if there's anything we've missed at this point.
Mhm.
I very much appreciate that element of, well, I don't even know what to call it, but I'll just refer to it as game design, level design, I suppose.
So yeah, so as you like go through all the papers on the desk, and Lucca like spends some time figuring out what this lantern means, and then showing it off to the rest of the group. Soma apparently was refocusing. Ottardo laying. Hmm?
Ottardo would spend like 30 minutes healing up, and the last 10 minutes he'll take a look around the room.
Okay, hold on, because sometime during the first 10 minutes, at some point, you hear a muffled scream, like a deep voice, and just like, and then it just gurgles and fades out, and it's coming from the eastern wall, from that painting on the eastern wall.
One right next to me. Oh no.
Yep.
He'll look at it. I'll go look at it. See if there's anything moving on it.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Oh my goodness.
You like inspect the painting, looking for something that may have like that may have been enchanted in a way that would cause this scream, but I mean, it's pretty lifelike painting of a graveyard, and you see all of these tortured ghosts that are rising from the empty graves on that graveyard. So maybe it's just an added effect to it.
Look,
You guys
is
all
this
heard
thing
that, right?
magical?
No, yes.
It is?
What is?
The painting.
What about it?
Did you hear that scream?
Yes.
Something screamed in the painting. Or behind it or something.
Is it magical, Lucca?
Lucca will read aura on it.
It does not appear to be magic.
It has no aura.
Oh well. Someone will try to lift it.
It's a mimic!
Yeah, so you try to lift it, but it seems to be like bolted to the wall. It doesn't budge at all.
Stab it.
Oh, your turn.
It's bolted. Well, Ottardo will like give it a little sounding knock.
Okay, yeah, give me a perception check. Okay. And yeah, so you like Soma steps away and you move onto it and you like grab onto the bottom part of the frame and you try to pull on it and you notice it's like this is not just bolted to the wall. This is actually part of the wall, and you feel around for some sort of hidden catch, and eventually you find one, and the entire painting swings open, and you see this like short hallway, nook, whatever you want to call it, like an alcove almost.
That's it. Just the one 5-foot.
Yeah.
Little... Well, that is strange. Ottardo's going to take a look at the ceiling Is there maybe? It looks a bit like a trap.
A little bit, yeah. It's definitely wise to be careful. Give me another perception roll. All right. No, nothing stands out. You don't see any like tripwires or any mechanisms or anything like that. But as a few moments pass, another scream rings out, and again coming from the eastern wall, louder this time.
Well, Ottardo's gonna step in
Nothing
and
happens.
and maybe knock on each of the 3 walls with his hammer.
Okay, give me another perception check. All right, and you knock around on the wall, ting 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 ting, and the eastern wall seems to be hollow, but you can't seem to find any mechanism or anything to open a secret door.
Souma, can you check this out?
Okay. Do I perception or history?
Perception. All right. Well, you very carefully feel around on the wall, the masonry, and then you find like one of the lines between the bricks is actually just painted on, and you can push on it. And if you do, the door opens up, and you find a circular chamber beyond. Its walls smooth and gray, and there's that flickering, nauseating ribbon of pale blue light that's churning in the center of the room. The shower, as Augrael and Lucca like to call it. And where the light touches the ceiling, it's the familiar effect of the stone bubbling as if it were infected flesh. But right below, the light hits on a screaming, thrashing dwarf that's bound onto a metal table, and his body is just covered in blisters. And you see him like get hit by this shower, and seems to be like he's just writhing in pain. He's the energy causes these bubbles on his skin, on his flesh, but at the same time it also seems to heal him, to like really keep him on this edge of almost dying but not quite, just locked in suffering. Okay. Hold on. Yep, that's what you see. So, and yeah, he just kind of like periodically, as another wave of pain goes through him, he like arches his back as far as he can because he's pretty tightly bound to that metal table.
Well,
Augrael's gonna sprint in and start trying to undo the manacles.
yeah, so I was about to say exactly that. Sir Ottardo, please get him out of there. Like, wait, Augrael, maybe not you.
Well, Ottardo's going to try to pull him off.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
you move into the chamber and you quickly like swarm the room. Essentially, you head straight to where he's tied up, wanting to free him. And as you reach for his the manacles that tie him to the chamber, a shock of electricity goes through your body. Well, let's see if it goes through your body. Yeah, it sure does. And you get struck for 13 points of damage. As
Ooh.
This is this
And-
Ottardo?
This is Ottardo, yep. And immediately next to you, a ball of colored light with this faint outline of a skull at its center becomes visible and sheds light as it becomes visible. And then we're going to roll for initiative. Let me add
Okay.
everyone to the encounter.
So
Speaking
damn
of game
bright in
design,
this room
Anthony,
now.
speaking of game design, I just picked up something very useful for this thing.
Maybe. I'm not sure it's
That
incorporeal.
lamp. I think it is, isn't it? It's a ball of
I mean,
I mean,
light.
it depends
would-
on what I'm not, I'm out of character making assumptions about what it is, but we'll find out, won't we?
Gotcha. Yeah, we will.
Okay, it actually won the initiative here, so...
Oh wait, I haven't rolled. Where's initiative?
Well, I rolled for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
So, let's see.
Maybe it's not. I'll try.
Oh, actually, I didn't fully play that right, because it is not currently shedding light. But when it unleashed its shocking attack, it kind of vaguely became visible, so it is hidden from everyone, because it's not technically visible. You just kind of saw its outline as it was discharging that shock of electricity, essentially. So that was its first action, and then as its second action, it is just going to do that again. Try to shock Ottardo, but the electricity discharges and dissipates, and then let me see if I move it, it probably is still hidden to you, which it shouldn't be, because once it starts moving, it should be invisible again, right?
Yeah.
And wait, what was it? That's
Um,
it undetected.
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 Yeah. So then it becomes undetected as it moves. Okay, gotcha. All right. So that was its turn, and then it's Augrael's turn.
Okay. Argo's gonna do a knowledge check on.
What you just saw?
Can you do a knowledge check? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's enough to get a sense of what this might be. Occultism, or if you have any lore that you think might apply.
No, I think occultism is probably it. Let's try this. Oops, I meant to do that blind. My bad.
That's okay. All right. Yeah, I think you would know this. And I mean to as player knowledge here, so this is a will-o-wisp, but you've probably heard it being referred to by some of the other inhabitants of the vaults as Nimbleoth's eyes.
Ooh.
And you know that they are not undead, they are aberrations.
Okay.
You know that they can make themselves invisible, or actually they are naturally essentially invisible, and they can choose, but usually you see them because they emit light, so that their entire body becomes visible because they provide their own backlight essentially. But they can choose to go dark, and then they're invisible. Unless, like we just witnessed, when they discharge the electricity, you can get a faint outline of them, so you can know where they are roughly. And they're known to feed on fear. Like that's what their entire existence is about. That's what they're after. And they feed on the fear of other creatures. And you can ask me.
Do I know if it's?
You can ask me 3 questions about them.
Ooh, 3. Okay. Is
Yep.
it incorporeal?
Pretty good. No.
Okay. Does it have any immunities?
No.
I think I know this. Okay. And anything? What else? Anyone have any other questions? I can't.
Does it seem any worse than any of the other will-o-wisps we've encountered? Like, is it special?
Yeah. Does it seem different than the other ones, or similar?
Have you actually fought a straight up will-o-wisp?
Well, maybe we
Yeah,
haven't, but
they were
that's
with the
that's the
ghost,
point.
right?
Is we the things coming out of the altar are probably the
Yeah,
closest.
those weren't will-o-wisps either.
Didn't we fight one with the ghost?
We fought like floating balls of.
We've fought a lot of stuff that's similar.
Yeah.
Zombie ghosts.
Okay.
Well, let's say that this is what you've seen typically be as typically
Okay.
described as a Nimbalus eyes. So you have no reason to believe that this would be special in any sense.
Okay. And it's invisible right now.
Yes.
Can you ready an action that I can't like ready the activation of the lamp to do because it's not undead, but I guess I'll just ready a strike if it comes with close to me.
Okay. So if you see it, if you detect it in range, then you would strike it. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's 2 actions, and the recall knowledge is 3. Great. All right. The dwarf on the table, it's like he seems to be like he looks around, and you see his eyes open up, and they're like crusty, and he seems to realize that there's people around him, and he breathlessly mouths just help, and then another spasm goes through him as he is just locked in this endless torment. Ottardo.
How is he bound down? Is there like a what's it called? Like a lock thing that he could smash?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, he is bound with 4 manacles, metal, iron manacles. Then they have locks on them. That's not just a bolt that goes that keeps them in place, but they have actual mechanical locks.
And is like his hand? Is there a length of chain? Basically, can
No,
Ottardo
no,
strike
he's, he,
something? Okay,
he
so
has
it's okay.
it's
Yeah,
right on the table. Yeah,
yeah. So you can't like you
smash the
can't
chain.
smash something without risking smashing him.
Correct.
Uh, can he attempt to uh, pull one free? I imagine that would be a very high DC.
Sure, I think that's a straight up strength check, most likely, unless you have any other suggestion.
I was imagining athletics, but now that I think of it, both his hands are occupied.
Mm,
I think Ottardo will raise his shield first, and then he
mhm.
will spend his remaining 2 actions to prepare to strike the creature if it appears within range,
Okay,
and that should be his turn.
all right. Lucca.
Is I feel like I encountered this situation before. Would it take 2 separate actions to walk to the table and then climb on it?
Yes, unless
Okay.
you leap all the way.
Oh. Leap. How far can I leap? I haven't tried to. You have to do like a running start and stuff for that, right?
If you can leap up to
Take a
10
careful
feet
check.
horizontally if your speed is at least 15, or up to 15 if your speed is at least 30, you land in the space where your leap ends.
Ooh, I have a speed of 30.
Yeah, so you can leap up to 15 feet horizontally. You can typically you can clear a 10-foot gap if your speed is 30. So this is
Yes.
And-
I didn't realize Lucca was so jumpy. Okay.
actually, yeah.
Um,
So if you leap vertically, you can move up to 3 feet vertically and 5 feet horizontally onto an elevated surface. So if you're next to the table, you could leap onto it.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't jump from where I'm standing onto the table.
No, you would have, but you
So
wouldn't
it's
have
still
to.
2 actions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Lucca is going to come over here right next to the guy. And he says to this dwarf, well, hang on. So this guy's bound by 4 chains. Is it like 1 to each limb?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, don't worry, we'll have you out of here in a jiffy. Augrael, cut his hands and feet off. And
Yeah, maybe I'll do the locks instead. I should have done that on my turn. That was my fault.
so 1 action he's over here, and then second and third actions he'll be casting a spell. Maybe.
I love the reaction of I should have done that on my turn.
Yep. I was like,
Um,
oh, what am I gonna do? It's invisible. I came in here for that reason. Yeah.
you probably saw this coming,
Ooh, yes.
and
Oh, that
so
was
does
a cool
Lucca.
animation right there.
Yeah, that was nifty. So Lucca moves over, and of course he is unable to point out where the creature is this turn because he moved.
right.
Obviously, the wrong order of operations, but
But you
Lucca's
do
like, oh
actually
yes,
see
I
it.
see it, but I can't tell you where it is yet.
Yeah. But you do actually see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Very cool.
Oh my.
All right. Well, first, let's inspire defense in everyone, including our dwarf, which I mean, I almost starts remembering heavily that maybe there was some sort of dwarf that we came here after all this time, from all this time, but I have to confirm that next time. That was first one. Second one, I guess, should run into the room as well, and also take out her own thieves tool. That would be it, I think.
Okay. All right. So what is the scene right now? So Soma has thieves' tools out. Ottardo stands there with his weapon and shield. Lucca is scanning the room, looking for the creature. And Augrael, you don't have any tool. You're basically just ready to strike it if it comes into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going to happen is that it briefly becomes visible. Right over here in that square. So it is just hidden for this moment, and then it'll try to shock Soma. Ooh.
Hi.
Oh.
Doing 20 points of electricity damage.
Oh no! Yikes!
And
Ottardo will react to grant Soma resistance 7.
okay. So are you also going to step?
No, because 1 step is not enough, so he can do
Right.
that.
Okay. And then it'll well, hold on. I should say that it's just hidden. And then there's another critical
My
hit.
God!
Wait, but why is it counts as flanked? That's wrong.
it's thinking that the dwarf is an enemy of Souma, I
Ah.
guess.
Oh.
neutral.
I mean, or is that because it's hidden? Well, it wasn't. It should have been.
Well, it should be visible now, shouldn't it? Or is it just hidden?
Well, it's just hidden. But I think you're right. I think it's thinking that it's
Well, it
What?
does say off guard flanked, and not just.
Yeah, it says flanked.
Which is,
But a creature you're hidden from is off guard to you. So
Hmm.
it doesn't matter where this is coming from, but it's factually
Okay.
correct. So it shocks you for another 24
Oh
points.
man.
But,
Oh my god.
resistance still applies, right? That Ottardo gave me. Or
Ooh.
only to one attack.
It's to one instance of
That's right.
damage.
Aye.
And then it is Augrael's turn. Wow.
All right,
so much
Augrael's gonna. Yeah, Augrael's gonna drop his rapier, take out his thieves' tools, and try to pick the manacle.
All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. So let's do the first one.
Okay.
And taking out the tools, I would assume, is an action, right?
Yes. And how do I? Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, thievery.
Okay. So yeah, you get in there and you like feel around for the bolts, and you find the first one seems to be working, but there's more to go.
All right.
Do you want to spend your third action on another attempt?
Yeah, can I do it from here, or do I have to like move around the table?
It didn't open. It's just you need 3 successes to open the lock.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep.
Are these supposed to be blind, or are they public? I can never remember this
You
one.
can make them public. There's no reason to keep
Okay.
this secret. All right. So yeah, you continue to succeed. So one more, and it should
And that's
pop
3
open.
actions.
Yeah. All right. More pain goes through through the dwarf's body, and he screams in agony. Ottardo.
We saw the creature flash, right?
Yes, it was here.
Well, Ottardo will hazard a guess and step over there and swing in that square.
Okay.
So there will be a flat.
50? Yep.
Where's D20? D20.
And nothing.
He will raise his shield, so that's 2 actions. He's got 1 remaining.
Didn't you just move, swing, and raise?
Oh, right, the attack. The attack is 1, 2. Yeah, you're right.
All right, Lucca.
Lucca looks at the dwarf very carefully, and he's like, "What's healing you? Where's the healing coming from?"
All right. Well, I think it'd be obvious to you that he's completely out of it. He's just,
He's
Or
like
maybe it
snapping
wouldn't
his
be.
fingers at his face. Hey!
right. Just waving your skeletal hand through the energy ribbon, like hello.
Does the energy ribbon seems to be okay if he waves his hand through it?
Yeah, I mean it's the same kind of ribbon that you've been using
Okay.
as a shower.
Then he's in that case he's gonna shake his head, and he's just going to spend 1 action climbing up on the table, standing right over the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Which I can't do for some reason.
That's probably a wall.
That's probably a wall.
Yeah.
Standing right in the middle of the negative energy. And then he says, "Ottardo, come now. We've been through this before. Wait for my orders." And then he is going to okay, let me ask this. Augrael identified that it's naturally invisible, right?
Yes.
innately invisible. Do I know if dispel magic can get rid of an innate effect like that?
I think you would know that it doesn't.
No. Okay. So in that case, he is just going to, he's going to say, "On my order," and he's going to point at the creature's location,
All
which
right.
is over here.
Okay.
So that's one action to point out. And he's gonna say, "Now, mind you, it will probably move it." No, wait. Yeah, he's. You know what? He's not gonna do that because that's a waste of time. He's going to. Shit. Well, I've already done it, so I don't know if I can undo it.
He's gonna shit.
I was. What I should have
Standing on
done is
top of the
I
door.
should have readied an action to point out the creature's location after its turn. Which I don't know if you'll let me do that, Simon, but I already clicked its current location, so I don't know if you'll let me take that back.
Yeah, we can take that back.
Okay. He doesn't tell anyone where it is. None of you know it's over there. And he's gonna do exactly what he said he's going to give orders for where to attack after the creature's turn.
Okay. Soma.
Well, Somo will curse under her breath and yell like, get it off me! And she will actually try to open the lock like Augrael did. She already took it out. But I need to do it 3 times, right? Or
Yeah, 3 successes.
Ivory.
And that's a success. Yep.
Ivory.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, but
I had it so
no progress. You still just need only one more success. All right, and then it's the creature's turn, and we'll see. What it's gonna do is, yeah, it's gonna move. Or maybe it doesn't. No, it will, because Soma is working on that lock, and she's closest. So it'll move here. It'll then target her, and shock her. And that actually missed because of Inspired Defense.
Nice.
And then it moves over next to Augrael, which Lucca points out that it is right here. And now I think if I just make it hidden, I think it should work for everyone. Does that work? Yes. All right, Augrael.
All right, he's gonna keep doing the thievery thing.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to add my bonus for those magical items, so now it's on there in case the modifier looks different.
Nice. And actually, that is exactly the difference here, the +1 that you get from the rules. And it pops open. Clunk. And immediately the dwarf like pulls out his leg and then pulls it up, and he seems to be trying to curl up, but most of his other extremities are still locked in the manacles.
All right. So do I have to move to the other one to do the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna go. Can he go up on the table? No, it's not. I can't go with Lucca up there, huh? So I'll just go to the. Oh, I have to go one. Can I go? I can't go through the will-o-wisp space, right?
Nah, it would probably not want you to
So I
pass.
have to go. Excuse me, bald light. All right, and then he will do 2 more thievery checks on this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, one more because he moved and already did one.
Oh,
so.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, the
He's
first
a little
one.
nervous with the will-o-wisp right there.
Yeah. All right, the dwarf once again just howls in pain. Ottardo.
Well, Ottardo is going to delay until after Lucca, as he so kindly asked.
Okay. And Lucca.
This is kind of silly. Lucca was going to delay until after the wisp. So that he could continue to point it out more easily.
So do you want to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. He's gonna delay. He's gonna delay if he can. He's just gonna say, "No, I'll turn it now. You know where it is now." Um, and he's also from when do you take the healing from the negative energy? Is it at the end of the turn you're standing there, or at the
Oh
beginning?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, at the end of your turn as you're standing there. So you should get two
Yeah.
doses of it. Let me roll that for you. So here's the first one,
Oh,
and then the second one.
that's fantastic. That's much more than I need.
All right, and then so Ottardo, do you want to act now or do you want to keep waiting?
Well, he delayed before. He'll stick with going after Lucca.
Okay, Soma, your turn.
Okay. Let's try another fury check.
I believe you only need one more.
Give me the prompt, please.
Yes.
Roll to where?
Here it is. Nice, and it pops open.
And then I have to prioritize my own profile for a moment here. I have potions with the potions. Boom. I think Souma will produce her flute and play spell defense again. I will try to make it lingering. Doesn't do. Okay.
All right. That's a failure. Okay. Okay. So, Augrael, yeah, you're like with shaky fingers, you're trying to pick that lock, and the will-o-wisp right next to you sends an electric shock through your undead spine once. Yep, so only once. That's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it will move away. Here we go. Like so. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Okay. Now Lucca can spend just one action to point out where it is, and he will do so. He says, "There!" He points with his staff. And then he is going to let's see. Souma didn't get to heal herself, right?
Not yet.
And nobody else is really hurt. Well, Augrael is, but he can't help him anyway right now. So I will use my once per day third level heal, but I will do the 2-action version on Souma.
Yep.
So that is going to be 35 points of healing.
All of my healing.
Is that right?
Wow.
That seems ridiculous.
That's crazy.
3d8 plus 24?
I don't know why it says plus 24.
Plus 8 per everyone. Is it D8?
Yep.
The 2-action version is pretty good.
Damn.
I guess
Is that right? I mean, you cast it as you casted heightened 2, so that
Yeah.
adds another 16, and then you increase by another 8 for the 2 action anyway, so that's the plus 24. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yikes. All right, there you go.
Sweet. And that was full of life.
Okay, so that's your turn, Lucca.
That's my turn.
All right, Ottardo.
Ottardo will raise his shield, stride next to where he thinks the thing is, and he will attempt to swing into that space and miss.
Okay, and then it's Augrael.
All right, Augrael's going to continue to try and get this dwarf out of the binds. Oh man.
Yeah, you still can't shake the feeling of having the will-o-wisp right next to you.
Oh, come on, Augrael. I have been rolling like poop today. One last one. There you go.
There you go.
Had some rough rolls all around today.
I really have, yeah. Not been great.
Okay, Souma.
Well, since that thing was pointed out really dangerously close to her, she will dash away the other side of the slab and start working on the second block.
Okay, start working.
Actions left. Either you want.
All right, and it is slow going on that side as well. Okay. So the will-o-wisp right here will try to shock Ottardo, missing once, twice, and
Nice.
then moving. Oops. Remove the hidden state. Here we go. Moving over here. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Lucca will once again point it out.
It's now hidden again. Instead of undetected.
And now that everyone is in better shape, I think he's going to try something else. Probably pretty dexterous. I'll just try to shoot it. Let's see how it goes. I'll just produce flame on it.
Okay. So for you, it is just you just see it clearly, right?
I
It's
see
not
it. Oh, let me double check if it still has hidden or not.
I think it says concealed to you.
concealed. Yeah.
You can see invisible creatures as though they weren't invisible, although their features are blurred, making them concealed and difficult to identify.
Okay. So then I will need a flat check from you for targeting it.
Okay. It's like DC 5, is that right?
Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
So you can roll your attack roll.
Yeah. Alright, well, be better off to just cast a spell at it next time, so I don't even have to do that. But let's see what we got. We don't have Inspire Courage, right?
Nope.
Not yet, no.
Okay, just checking. Oh boy. Well, okay.
And it's critical. Okay. So that was 3 actions, and then it's
Yep.
Ottardo.
Ottardo will start moving. It will actually take him 2 moves to get there in his clunky big armor, and then he will target the square Lucca pointed out.
Okay, then roll your attack.
Ah,
And it's a miss. All right. Augrael. Oh, wait. Yeah, well,
All
it
right.
was 2 actions. Augrael.
Do you mind giving me the prompt one more time? I just keep losing
Sure.
it up at the top.
And Lucca pointed out it is right behind you, and you try to
Yep.
focus on the log.
Yeah, he wants to get this thing this storm out of here.
Yeah. And again, thanks to the thieves' tools to the magic property. So that's 2 more successes.
Ah, almost.
All right, you're almost there. Soma.
She does the same. Feels the same.
It's like, oh man, you guys better hurry. It's literally right behind you.
One success.
Doesn't seem to be helping.
No pressure,
That's not helpful.
but it might electrocute you to death at any moment.
I'm gonna shove you off and get on the shower myself.
I'll be fine because I'm standing right here.
All right. Oh, and
Nice.
as
Oh, not nice, bad.
but as Lucca points out how close it is to electrocuting you, it shocks Augrael almost to death.
Ottardo is going to use his reaction here, granting
Oh,
Augrael
okay.
resistance 7.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that should give... so it does appear as it is zapping someone. Does that mean that Ottardo would need the flat check in that instant too?
It's still hidden. It never becomes fully visible when
Okay.
it does that.
Well, flat check.
All right, made it. But then miss your regular attack. All right, and then it also tries to shock Soma and hits Soma and does 12 points of damage, and then it just becomes undetected again for a few moments. Lucca.
Okay. Lucca's like, oh, it's moving now. It is out directly in between you, Souma and Augrael. And he's going to it's completely unharmed. Oh god, we haven't been able to hit it. Don't even know how many hit points it has. I could heal Augrael, but it's not
Just
gonna
get
be...
off the slab. I could get in the shower.
What? That's ridiculous. Oh. Lucca grumbles as he climbs down off of the thing. I can't move off, so if you can just shift me down. So that's 2 actions now. And he's like, Ottardo, strike it! Strike it! And he'll use his diabolic edict.
Nice.
There you go. Okay. As if Ottardo needed that being pointed out to him. Let's see.
Yes, it is Ottardo's turn. He will attempt, he will swing. Okay.
Yes!
That's the flat check.
Oh, that's the flat check!
Let's see.
Brutal.
Oh man.
Oh, no!
Well, he's going to try that a second time.
Okay, that succeeds.
And I think Diabolic Edict expires. It's just the first one, right?
It gains 2 attack rolls and skill checks related to performing the task, and its duration is 1 round.
Okay, so the full round. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he is going to apply that then. And miss again. And well, he's just going to try it once more and completely whiff.
Yeah. Nothing but air. Augrael.
All right. Augrael, is it 1 action to get on top of from where I'm at?
Yep.
All right, he'll do that. It's like, thanks. It says I collided with the token, so I can't move up there.
Oh, right. But I'll move you here.
Thank you. And then he will continue his work trying to do the locks, thinking that the shower should heal him back up nicely. Where is that? Sorry, 1 second.
All right, but I'll say that. Um, Basically, if you stop working on it and like move away from it, essentially, I think it should reset to 3 checks needed.
Oh, okay. Can I do it in the reverse order then? Like try
Yeah,
the
yeah,
try to
that's
okay.
fine. Because you would know that if you let go, everything is just gonna fall back into
That makes
place.
sense.
So you just dig a little bit and clunk, you unlock this one and then climb onto the table with your second action,
Yeah.
and then you have a third action.
Could I use the third action to well, Soma's already working on the other one, is that right?
Yep,
So is that the last one?
that is
that
the
she's
last
working on?
one. Yep, yep. It's just that he
So
can't
I
climb
can't do
can't get
anything
off
with
the
it.
table without like dislocating his shoulder, but that's the last one.
Okay, so if she's working on that, I can't really do it. So I'll use my last action to strike. Oh, I dropped my rapier. I'll shield with my last action, I guess, just to it's like
What you
can't
have
hit him if I
natural
need to.
attacks, right?
Oh,
Maybe.
that's right. I'll just claw it. um Thank you for reminding me of my character. I appreciate it. Where's my claw? Oh, actually, yeah. Why isn't it? My hands are not occupied. Why does it say they are? I'm just gonna do it with the jaws. Do I take the map because I was picking lock, or do I not take the
Nope,
map?
that's not an attack trade.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Nice.
ooh, wow. Okay, well, let's not get too excited because you forgot the flat check.
Oh,
Oh,
yep. Thank you.
So
come
let's
on,
do
come
that
on.
one.
No.
All
I think that's
right.
my
Ah.
fifth one today. That's my fifth one. I'm pretty sure.
I can't
Miserable.
believe though that I have to sneak out of this by pointing out the flat check. Anyway, so
What is the healing for
yep,
the energy showers?
there's the 26 points of
Thank
healing
you.
for you,
That's a great roll.
and then it's Soma's turn.
If frantically trying to pick the locks, I have
Oh.
2 successes.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah.
Nice. One more. All right, critical failure. So that takes 1 success off the total.
Oh no. Jesus.
Does it break my tools?
Right, you're right, you're right. Critical failure, you break your toolkit.
Oh man. I'll finish it. Run, run.
Yeah. Well, yes, at this point, Soma will curse and draw her sword.
Right, so I guess a critical failure doesn't just remove a success, it just breaks your tool, so it resets it entirely. All right, that's your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So from the creature right next to you, Soma, once again, an electricity shock emanates and does 10 points of damage to you, and then a second time, 16 points of damage. Ottardo, do you want to do your thing?
Yep, he will. So that'll be 7 points of
Resistance?
resistance. Yep.
Mhm.
And since it's still the same round, diabolic edict should apply. Let me
Mhm.
do the flat check first. Okay.
Oh, and
And
it's a miss. And then it'll move. All right. And Lucca, your turn.
Yeah, Soup's like, sorry, Lucca's like, so it's flying right over your head, and oh, now it's on the other side of you. And then he's like, oh, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to do this. And he casts Flaming Sphere. Just follow the bouncing ball.
That's a smart way to do this.
I don't know if I'm gonna bother with the big casting because something tells me we're not gonna stick around to keep fighting this damn thing. So he's just gonna drop a sphere, second level sphere on the square.
Okay, that'll be a reflex save. Crit succeeds.
Yep, but that's his turn.
Okay, Ottardo.
Well, Ottardo will swing at the sphere and miss once, and then try again, and try again.
Wow.
Wow.
Augrael.
All right, Augrael's going to take over on the lock, hopefully. Do you mind prompting me one more time?
Of course.
Nice.
Ooh, so that gives you 2 successes. And it's only critical because of the magic tools. So very, very.
That's amazing.
Oh.
No!
Oh, but then your magic tools break. Is that possible? Or do the magic tools somehow have any protection?
That's a good question.
Look up the rules for magic items, or maybe those in particular have them.
Yeah, they were just thieves' tools.
I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think it does prevent them from being broken.
What exactly was it called? Because Atari's thieves' tools is just kind of like the flavor. But what is and the actual item? Infiltrator thieves' tools. That's what it is. Okay, so they aren't really. Yeah, they aren't really magic. They just give you the +1 bonus. There's nothing really different all other ways. So yeah, they break. Otari's tools break. Is that an omen? And that was your round. Okay, Souma.
Well,
Another one.
if that is the case, Soma will turn around and look at this thing, like he will curse, and then turn back and try and smash her blade on the lock.
Okay, so you're gonna try to break it.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, where are some stats for the lock? There we go. So this is. What is that? Not even a thing. Smashing locks doesn't seem to be a thing. Yeah.
I mean, maybe the chain.
There's no chain. It's like right on the table.
Oh, it's like a
Yeah,
manacle.
it's just manacles.
Well, a manacle should be an item. There's different levels of manacle.
Yeah, but they don't have hit points. They don't have rules for smashing them. They only have rules for thievery.
But that's a grave oversight.
What's that?
I mean, what happens if we had an adamantine dagger or something?
Isn't it usually based on the material it's made out of? You can
Yeah.
look up like items hit points by material, I think.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise this guy will have to sit there for another day while we go back to the city to fix our tools.
Don't be
I still have
ridiculous.
one more set of tools. Of
Here we
these
go.
tools.
An item can be broken or destroyed if it takes enough damage. Every item has a hardness value. Each time, well, it doesn't. Normally, an item takes damage only when a creature is directly attacking it. Targeted items include doors and traps. Creature that attacks you doesn't normally damage your armor, blah blah. Item that takes damage can become broken. Yeah, so hit points, but hit points hardness depends on the material. Information on materials appears in the GM core. Yeah, well,
That's super
You,
helpful.
you should probably set the Archives of Nethys to legacy mode.
right.
Ah.
But it'll still be.
It's in the upper left corner in the little palette icon.
Yeah.
Upper right.
Upper right. Yep. Mm,
Doesn't Souma have replacement picks?
It can be found under material statistics. Iron or steel has hardness 9. So, can you do more than 9 points of damage?
Well, I mean, it is a striking blade, so there is a good chance that it will do more than 8 or 9.
Alright. Alright. Although I would say it's. Oh, yeah, there's an example for it should be thin iron. Because the example for thin iron is a chain, so I would think that the lock is similar to a chain in that sense. So thin iron has a hardness of 5. Okay, and where's your damage? Six points of damage. Okay, so you strike it with your blade, and it hardly even leaves a dent. That was 2, I think, to getting your blade out and striking it.
I took my blade out on previous, so I will spend the entire round smashing this block.
Okay. So let's see some more damage. You can just roll the damage. We don't need. Yeah. So now we're at a total of 3 hit points that you've had.
That was an attack.
And oh, that wasn't. Yeah, you don't need to do that. You can just click the damage button multiple times. Okay, so now we have 1 and then 6, so a total of 7.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to roll damage right to.
Well, you can just click the damage button on the roll that you've previously made. You can click it multiple times.
Nice.
That's another 7. So now we're at 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 7 is 14. And the hit points of that thing are 20. So once you get to half of it, it's broken. And I would say a broken lock probably pops open. All right. So you break the lock, and you can see that his arm is technically free, but he's just so, exhausted that he can't pull himself off the table. And then it's the Will-O-Wisp's turn, and it's going to continue to target Souma, despite the fact that the lock is already open. All right, striking you once and shocking you for 13 points, and then trying to shock you again for.
Ottardo will use his reaction.
Mm-hmm.
7 points of resistance. And maybe.
Well, flat check.
Finally!
Oh, look at that. Wow. So yeah, so you can finally connect. You feel the like spongy texture of the will-o-wisp's body as your hammer finds its target. And Soma, you took 11, and then you should take 5. Nope,
I took everything.
you already took the 13. Okay, yep, gotcha. All right. Okay, so that was 2 of its shocking attempts, and then 1 move. And I would assume that Lucca points it out in a second, so I'm not going to bother putting the undetected on it.
Yeah, I mean, Lucca's just gonna move the flaming sphere there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it will quickly become apparent.
Okay, so then it can roll its reflex save. That's at least a success, so that's enough.
Mm-hmm. Lucca sees that everyone is free. This thing is also obnoxiously blocking the door. He also sees Souma in really bad shape. Okay. He is going to he's gonna step over here, or I don't know, I guess the table's in the way, so maybe he actually has to stride. Can he stand in this square? Is this like a thing he could do or not?
Sorry, which square?
Right here?
Uh, yeah, I guess you could squeeze in there. It's right on the edge.
Actually, you know what? I'll go the long way, it's fine. Doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Probably Lucca would prefer to stay further away from the creature anyway, so he's gonna go like that. And oh shit, he has to stride. That's right. That's 2 actions. Okay. He's gonna call out. Using its. It is, as you can see, it is blocking the door, but it cannot strike us without moving. Everyone, hold your position. It will be forced to give up its own. Hopefully. And he is going to one action, demoralize it.
Okay. Yeah.
Gee, we are smarter than you. We have outmaneuvered you. You are losing. He calls out to it in probably let's see, it's an aberration, so I guess an aclo, hoping that it will
Okay.
understand that.
Yeah.
And he will demoralize.
$24.
Guess I didn't have it. I did have it targeted, but
That is enough to demoralize it. Now I frightened the sphere. That's not what I. Let's see if I can
there
do it.
you go.
Thank you. There we go. Okay. Yeah. That was Lucca's turn. Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to stride up, attempt to strike the creature.
Yeah.
Yes, and then stride back.
Okay. And then it's Augrael's turn.
All right. This thing is not undead, right? I figured out.
You know that. Yeah. You know
Okay.
it's an aberration.
I'm going to. I was going to pull out the lamp,
Ooh.
and try and fascinate it.
Okay. So you spend
Hoping
2
that
actions.
maybe its invisibility requires just concentrate. Yeah, so he's going to try and spend 2 actions to do the. Yeah, so let's make a will save.
Yeah. Can you use it and prompt me for it?
I don't know if I can prompt it because when I click it, it like wants me to wait. Here we go. Never mind.
Oh,
There
there
we
it
go.
is. Yep. That's good. Okay, let's see. It fails.
Nice.
Nice.
So It becomes fascinated, I guess.
Yeah, let me just double check that it's.
You're compelled to focus your attention on something distracting you from whatever else is going on around you. You take a -2 to perception and skill. Can't use actions with a concentrate trait. Unless they or their intended consequences are related to the subject of your fascination. For instance, you might be able to seek and recall knowledge about the subject, but you couldn't cast a spell targeting a different creature. This condition ends if a creature. Okay. Interesting. So that still lets me do quite a lot of stuff, though. Just not things with the concentrate trait.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe the invisibility thing required it, but might not.
Hmm. So this is a little tricky. Let's see.
I mean, if it has the trait, it has the trait. If it doesn't, it should be fine.
No, because the thing is that it's its current status doesn't have a trait. The action has a trait. And the action is that it extinguishes its glow, becoming invisible. So that action has the concentrate trait, and it can end this effect with another use of this action. But
So it's probably invisible. It's probably invisible for now until it does something that renders it visible again, and then it won't be able to go invisible again. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, because it shouldn't it's not like it takes concentration for it to stay invisible. It only takes concentration to become invisible again. Yep, I
Yeah.
think that's right. Okay, but still gonna be helpful. All right. Okay, so the dwarf on the table is still, getting tormented by that energy and doesn't have the strength in him to even roll off the table by himself. Soma.
Augrael should have gotten more healing too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, Soma is also doesn't have any energy, is about to roll over, so I will actually try to soothe myself. So like Soma will quietly whisper some spells verbally to herself and try to say that everything is in her head. So
The lightning is just in your head.
yeah. I must not fear is the mind killer. There we go. Much better. Solipsism wins. That was 2 actions, and unfortunately I can't start the inspiring because I don't have food in my hand. So she will cast shield.
Okay.
Can't you inspire with oratory or something like that?
Yes, but someone doesn't sing.
All right. And that is the will-o-wisp's turn. Okay, let's see. So it's fascinated, so it can't really concentrate, but it can move and shock. So it shocks Soma.
Oh,
God.
22 points. Could have been worse.
Ottardo will use his reaction, so 7 points of resistance.
It's hidden to you. It's I don't know if you can do anything when it's invisible again. Oh no, now it's not. Now it's
If it
not.
attacks,
Yeah, I take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, can I shield block that also?
You should be able, I think.
Nice.
No, hold on. So it's actually, yeah, it's not visible to you, but as soon as it moves, it becomes undetected. And then when it attacks, Right, and when it attacks, it becomes hidden. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
for an instant, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's fine. It is hidden and where it is right now. It is, you know where it is. Okay, so you cause some damage. All right. So that was its first shock, and then with another move, it becomes undetected again. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Lucca says, "Now is the time! Out the door!" And he is going to. Let's see. This thing really seems to have it out for Soma, but once we start leaving, God, dragging a dwarf is gonna be slow going. Dragging is like 5 feet per move.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Ottardo can just pick him up and hoist him with the encumbered condition. I don't know how that's gonna go. Lucca's like calculating who's gonna be the last one out of here. Souma is technically the last one to go, but something tells me Ottardo's gonna be sticking around. So Lucca will drop, or he will not continue to concentrate on the spell. And he's gonna come over here, and he says, well, he's gonna go all the way over here, and he's gonna say, "I foresee heroics incoming," and he's going to cast Sanctuary on Ottardo.
Oh, nice.
As soon as I find my spell. Don't get to cast this very often.
Okay. You like. Okay. Looks like there's no status effects associated with that or anything. Okay.
No, I don't. There's nothing to drag out.
All right, then it's Ottardo's turn.
Well, if we are heading out, then Ottardo will sheathe his shield.
Mm-hmm. Strap it to his back.
I'm not sure how many actions should that take.
Though with shield.
Yeah, just the one or two.
Isn't it just an interact, or are shields different?
It's a bit unclear regarding shields in particular.
It looks like it says one action there, but it might be wrong, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, there's a general rule of like retrieving or stowing an item is an interact
It's
action.
just one, yeah.
So what makes you think that it's unclear for shields?
There's the thing about them needing to be strapped to the arm.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'm looking at the full rules for shields right now, and I'm not seeing anything about.
Yeah, but maybe it is specific.
5e has rules about taking extra time to don and doff shields, but I don't know if Pathfinder has an equivalent.
It definitely used to.
Let's see.
Nope, but I don't see anything.
Okay, then, well. So one action, and then with the remaining two, I guess he would help the dwarf off the slab and onto his feet, like pick him up under the shoulder.
All right, so you pull him off that table, shouldering him. You briefly find yourself within that energy, but it's you feel its burning sensation, but it's not yet enough of a dosage so that it would actually hurt you. And as you pull him off the slab, the energy dissipates.
Oh,
The the shower's gone.
oh,
And you feel the full weight of the dwarf on your shoulders as he just passes out. You sense his breathing. He's not dead or anything like it, but he's just out of it. So he has I just looked this up and then I closed the tab. I believe he has a bulk of 6.
Yeah, that's
Ah.
standard for a medium creature.
Yeah.
6 puts Ottardo just under his maximum bulk. Definitely encumbered, but right under maximum.
Okay, so you can still carry him, but you're obviously very slow at this point, I would assume, given your heavy.
I'd have to check encumbered.
I think we can put a condition on you for that.
Probably, yeah.
Encumbered.
You can
And
just add an item
Crazy
that
one.
says
Oof.
dwarf.
Yeah,
It's a 10-foot penalty.
okay, so how much
Sweet.
is left for you? And you're
10.
clumsy too. Okay, you have 10 feet. Okay. All right, Augrael.
All right. Augrael is going to just run out if we're running.
Okay, you jump off the table with one action.
Yep. And then it says I'm colliding with something, but I would just move out of the room back into the other room.
Oh yeah, because he's technically still on the table. Here we go. Now you should be able to keep moving. Okay, so that's 2.
Yep, and then he'll just be over here. I guess he'll shield for his last one in case this thing gets out. Because I can't ready to like close it or anything. So yeah, that's our girl's turn.
Okay, dwarf is out of it. Soma.
Well, I guess Souma will. Wait, sorry, I can't cast shield anymore. Sorry. She will run.
Did you say you were going to move? Oh, there we go.
She will run for all her free actions, so it will get at least here.
All right, and then it's the Wisp's turn again, and you all hear it hiss. I believe only Lucca understands the words, because it is Aklo, and it says, "No, the mistress will have her prize," and it targets Ottardo. I hope I'm targeting the correct one here. Yeah, I think I am. And
I think it needs a will save now.
Yeah, we'll save before it can
we'll
attack.
say,
That just beats it. He's not
Oh.
frightened anymore anyway, I don't think.
oh right, shouldn't have been frightened. Okay, so manages to attack. Ooh.
Oh,
And because of the clumsy, because you're holding the dwarf, that makes it a critical hit. And you take 26 points of damage as you can't really avoid the blast, the shock. All right, and it is going to just keep blasting, even though that means
Oof.
that it won't be able to move afterwards. So that's another hit. Or does it have to do it at the
I think
will
it has
save?
to do it each time. Because it doesn't. It's not
Yeah,
like.
each time.
Wait.
No,
Did he succeed? Did
on a
he
success.
succeed or critically succeed?
Oh, he's success.
Yeah.
On a success, it says and
Yeah, I
any
guess
other
this
attacks.
This turn, yeah. So
This
yeah, he
turn.
can keep on going.
Okay, so then that's another 9 points. All right. Lucca.
Okay. Badly injured. Badly injured. Man. Lucca is going to point not the staff, but the wand in his other hand at this thing. And he is going to cast. Where's the item? Oh, once again, it doesn't actually cast the spell when I click on the item. He's casting Wand of Magic Missiles, rank 1. Hoping that maybe, just maybe, he can finish this thing off. It's a D4 plus...
D4
What
plus
is-
1.
D4 plus 1? Okay, well, we're not inspired, so it is just a D4 plus 1. Alright. He's doing all 3 actions on this. 8 points. Ugh.
Okay,
Hurts.
8 points of damage.
That is not enough. I mean, he didn't technically point it out, but all the darts went flying over that way, so I don't know if that reveals its location. Oh, it didn't go invisible though. It's still hidden anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is only hidden right now.
Okay.
It's-
All right.
didn't
So,
move.
yep. So that's it. He's like, "Come on," to Ottardo. That is.
All right. Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to use lay hands on himself for 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to spend 2 actions limping forward while dragging along this
Carrying the
person.
dwarf. Okay. Augrael.
Hurry up, Lucca! And he will delay till after Lucca goes.
Okay.
Or no, he's gonna. No, what he's gonna do is he's gonna use 1 action to step up, and the other 2 actions to ready to shut the door after Lucca goes through.
Okay.
That's better.
Dwarf is passed out. Souma.
Souma will cast Soothe on Ottardo from my second spell slot.
Nice.
And will step further into the dining room.
Okay. All right, then it's the Wisp's turn, and I'm gonna say it'll have to do an acrobatics roll for that because it's gonna try to squeeze past Lucca, and it is invisible. If it wasn't invisible, it wouldn't be able to do this at all. I would
Well,
think.
I should still see it though.
Oh, you have see the unseen. That's
I
right.
don't know why. I don't know why
Oh.
it went away. The effect went off, but I should still have it on.
Okay, so then this becomes just a regular tumble essentially, as it's gonna try to acrobatics past you. Tumble through. Where's the DC for that again?
Should be my. Is it my reflex or my fortitude DC?
It's right up to your speed. During this movement, you can try to move through the space of one enemy. Attempt an acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC.
I mean, you beat any of my DCs anyway, so.
yeah.
So you can tumble through using fly and stuff. Okay, so and success, you move through the enemy's space, treating the squares in its space as difficult terrain. Okay, so it's 1, 3, 4, 5. Easily moves all the way over to here, and then targets Ottardo And I mean, for Ottardo, for you, this looks like just out of thin air. All of a sudden, that thing materializes and shocks you for 17 points of damage. So that was one move, one shock, and I think it's going to shock you again because it really doesn't want you to leave. 16 points.
It still needs to make it's still under the effects of Sanctuary, Ottardo. So it
Oh,
needs to
right.
make
So
its
you,
saves.
that's okay. Right. Every round happens again, but that's a success.
That's a success, yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ottardo pushing onward, taking all that electricity damage. Lucca.
It is revealed right now or invisible?
It is hidden because it hasn't moved after shocking Ottardo.
So it's hidden. It's not invisible. Okay, so everyone knows where
It is invisible in general, but it is hidden. But invisible is not a condition in that sense.
Okay. Everyone knows where it is, though, right?
Everyone has an idea which square it is in.
Okay.
Well, we know where we last saw it, but we don't really. I guess we can infer that it moved and then attacked twice.
Yeah, that's a little gamey.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Lucca is like shaking his head. He's like, "It's not giving up. I don't think it will at any point. Guess we only have one choice." And he's gonna cast yet another flaming sphere so that he can keep on targeting this thing. And actually, I could just try to harm it. It's another saving throw. And I have to pull out the wand. Okay, yeah, he's gonna flaming sphere. We will do it since everyone's burning up stuff. I guess we're taking this guy back to town, aren't we? Okay, yeah, he's gonna do the full-on 3rd level flaming sphere. Reflex saving throw, critical success. Of course it is. But he puts the sphere on the square so everyone knows, and then he's going to use his last action, putting away the now useless magic missile wand.
All right, Ottardo.
Ottardo will drop the dwarf gently to the ground. I would guess that's one action.
Mhm.
And then he will attempt to swing at the creature.
Okay, that may be a hit. It is a hit. That's 12 points of damage.
Oh, come on. It's not dead. Oh.
He will attempt again.
It may be a hit. It's a hit.
No.
And Augrael.
All right. Augrael is going to take out the poor bastard. He.
What, you're gonna finish up
with
the
one
dwarf?
And then he's gonna stride and swing at this thing, but he needs to do a flat check first.
Fails. It's not Augrael's day. Souma.
No, it is not.
Everything is very bad, so Souma will like stop trying to run away. She will get her flute out and start inspiring. I think can risk inspiring courage.
All right.
Do
Do you have a third action?
No, I don't think so. Nothing comes to mind.
All
You
right.
could flank.
Huh? Could I? I don't think I can actually see it.
It's okay. So the will-o-wisp's gonna target Ottardo, shocking him for 9. trying to shock him again.
Oh.
Or 14.
And that is enough.
And that knocks his life.
Ah.
So then we
Wrong.
just have... Oops, that was wrong. It's going to try to shock Augrael, but Augrael misses Augrael. Okay. Ooh. Ottardo goes down, and it is Lucca's turn.
Lucca will draw his other wand. And he will point it at the... Oh, no, that's not a two-handed hold. That's a one-handed hold. He will point it at this thing. Oh, wait. No, do I even need to do this? No, I can just use the staff. What am I thinking? Staff is a fortitude save, right? Yeah. Okay, scratch that. He doesn't draw the wand. He is going to point the staff, and assuming he can angle it up to not hit... Well, I can cast it. Can I draw a line for myself to this thing without hitting Ottardo on the ground? I don't care if I hit Augrael.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's exactly what I'll do. And I'm going to cast another Grim Tendrils from the staff.
Okay. And it appears to be unaffected.
Oh, it doesn't mind negative energy? Interesting. Augrael still technically needs to save against it. If I have to hit Augrael, then he needs to save against it.
Okay. What's the save?
A fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Oh, come on. All right, you take negative damage, which obviously you don't care about, but you also have 1 bleed.
Okay.
I
had bleed.
So that was 2 actions to cast Grim Tendrils. That was useless. Third action is going to sustain the fireball. Maybe it'll fail.
And it rolls its reflex save.
Of course.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, it's still there. Lucca hasn't moved the ball, so presumably everyone.
Well, the bleed is to living creatures, so I guess that wouldn't
Oh!
apply to Augrael.
Oh, nice.
That's correct.
Never mind. Okay, so I can safely Grim Tendrils Augrael all I want. Great.
That sounds really wrong, but yes.
Don't worry, this is perfectly safe.
It feels creepy, Lucca. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it to you. You're just collateral.
And it's
All
Augrael's
right, it's
turn.
Augrael's turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's gonna attack again. I keep forgetting that since I succeed, I don't think it's matter for any of my strikes, but since I succeed on my recall knowledge, he's technically flat-footed towards me.
Oh, that
Or
is
off.
Oh my god.
1 action.
I'll try it again.
Oh man.
2 actions.
Brutal.
And that, but you
Okay.
still take the negative 10 because you
Come on.
technically took those
Yep.
2 attacks.
Oh man, come on.
He's gonna try to bite it. What are these rolls?
That is a miss. All right. Dwarf's essentially unconscious, or Soma.
Someone will run forward, yelling, and try to stab it.
All right.
We literally just need 1 hit on this thing.
That's your
With an
blade.
attack.
Use it. And that may be, but let's see that flat check.
Oh,
before
flat
we
Come
do it.
on, come on!
Alright.
Yes!
Yeah.
with a vengeance, you make that check and you
Oh, there you
connect
go.
and you do enough damage to
Oh.
destroy the will-o-wisp. Finally, excellent work.
Yeah,
Oh man.
So, I guess we're gonna keep an initiative just because of the dying condition on Ottardo.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
I think Soma has one action left. Is that right?
well, I will step forward to Ottardo, but and
Yeah.
in the next round we'll do all things to him.
Okay. And then Ottardo, I think you should be prompted for a recovery check on your.
Which he succeeds.
Nice. Okay, so then we can lift the initiative because you're no longer. What is it? You're still
He's unconscious, and stable.
right. No longer dying, but wounded. I don't see the
let's-
wounded condition
Wounded,
on
yeah,
you.
you're right.
Yeah, maybe I can treat his wounds with expert DC 20 since I'm rolling so high right now.
Right. But before we do that, so it's a 140. That's 140 XP for each one of you. First of
I
all.
forgot to ask about the XP for the
Worm.
Yeah, that's
the
rolled
word
into
man.
that. That's
Okay.
rolled into that. So it's 140 XP in total. And yeah, so the will-o-wisp. I mean, Soma, you stab it, and you don't even really have a way of telling. You probably just kind of look over towards Lucca, and Lucca just nods, confirming that it's down. And you quickly hustle over to Ottardo, and you find him like laid out on the floor, unconscious, but thankfully not dying. And next to him, the dwarf is there, and he breathes heavily, and he just goes, still apparently in a great deal of pain. And he just mumbles in his semi-conscious state, "Please just take me home to my mama." And that's where we're gonna end the day.
Nice.
Good work.
All
That
right.
was closer than I thought it would be. Tough with the will-o-wisp. I didn't think it would be so tough. Maybe that was a sign of missing a serious damage dealer.
I mean, we just
invisibility.
yeah, we had some really bad luck on
Yeah.
those rolls. That was really hard to get through the hitting condition. If only we
That's
had
true.
fairy fire or something.